Hey there, good people. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I'm going to hold the mic like this just for a little bit better sound because I'm not doing a fragrance review today. I've done already a couple of episodes which are going to be uploaded alongside this. So time is around 6 a.m. here. I am just feeling like doing this extra video, morning thoughts. Hopefully you like that. Hopefully you're doing good. At this moment, my scent of the morning, I was just testing this. I was not wearing anything else. So this is the new arm of Club de Nuit Maleka. I just sprayed that on my hands, so it became scent of the morning. So yeah, very strong, fruity, floral, fragrance. Okay. So today's topic, I thought of like one topic only. I want to talk about this because yesterday I thought about this a lot and I watch content, hold on. Yeah, sorry, there are some bugs, like really, like, I don't know, for the summer reason or whatever, like, there's some bugs or small roaches, they crawl inside. So I'm pretty not happy about that. So yeah, sorry about the pause. So the topic that I thought of yesterday, I do a lot of thinking, this is me. I'm overthinker and I do soul searching, I try to find answers in the nature. I try to observe people. One of the things that really made me think is that in this world, I always talk about men, I always say men's mental health, because not many people talk about men because we are the most priceless. No, not priceless. We are the most, obvious commodities that apparently don't have any feelings, no value, and it doesn't really matter, whatever they feel inside. It's mostly about what women feel and then how they're sensitive and how, like I'll give you some examples, you'll see what I mean. But I am clearing out one thing. My target is not against females, okay? Sometimes it may sound like that I'm talking very strongly for men and I hate women. No, man, I do not. I really do not like people who are cruel, mean, deceitful, heartless, or narcissistic, or maybe manipulative, or in general, like not nice people, men or women. I just am not very fond of them. Okay, so the topic is, who are good people in this planet? Okay, let's talk about overall, because there are a lot of these good and bad human beings. Let's not talk about just men, but in general, you always see the men will be heavy in this group. So what are let me give you example. Okay, it may sound very serious, but I'm actually being sarcastic. Who are good people on this planet? Some of the people who are good we see in general, let's say they are being abused at home. Let's say some guys or girls, whoever, being abused, and they tolerate this for number of years, and they don't speak back. Their family knows, their friend knows, the circle, neighbor, everybody knows. These people, I always check the light is on or not, because sometimes the sound goes off. Okay, these people are always like, hey, such a nice person, the husband beats her, or the wife emotionally abuses or hits the husband. They never speak back, they never hit back, and they're such nice, patient people. They're such good people, they're keeping the family intact. I see these comments everywhere, and these are apparently people admiring such victims. I'll call them victims because those who stand abuse, mental, physical, emotional, they are victims. Okay, and nobody sometimes care for them as them, and they go through this all their life. Okay, and there's nothing worse, being in this sort of a group where you stand abuse all your life and you don't ever get to say anything because maybe you are too scared, maybe you don't have the capability, maybe they are so much more powerful than you, they're more richer than you, so they think they can get away with this. You might think, oh, guys are always abusive. No, man, there are a lot of women who are abusive as well. They are literally like a nightmare. Those who live with them, their husbands, their children, they see outside, people do not see, their workplace. They are very, very sweet, smiling, they're so beautiful with their makeup. Sometimes, I notice, they're so beautiful, they look like perfect. Any guys see them, like, wow. Most of the guys, they're attracted to beauty, right? So they look like beautiful face, nice figure, wow, such a beautiful ma'am, is so beautiful, and they pretend to be this sweet, soft person. But if people knew the other side of them, not just maybe the character, but also if they got to know who they are really inside, how they are. Some of the women, I don't want to like be biased. Nowadays you have to be politically correct, but I understand men, like sometimes they can be a monster. You've seen men, mostly villain, like monsters, heartless, they do terrible things. You are okay with it, right? You'll be like, hey, men, that's what expected from them. They're animals, so they're like dogs. the Dax, the movie Snatch is like, do you like Dax, anyway, funny saying, anyway, so never mind. So you somehow accept in your head that all the crimes, all the abusive, narcissistic trait will be from men. But no, sadly, those who haven't been in relationships, real toxic relationships or the bad ones, they do not know what is the impact of such awful women in your life from outside. Let's say you look at a couple and the guy is like, okay, you think like he's a loser for being with that girl. He doesn't deserve, she looks so hot, she's like a 10, the guy's like 4, those types, right? But actuality, the guy maybe is a sweet guy, maybe he's not the best looking guy, not in the best shape, but those are not the things that to consider in the long run. In the long run, what will last is this: if you don't have any heart, much of heart, you will not care for anybody, you just use them, enjoy the initial few nice stages, and then you'll be like getting bored and you move to the next one, right? That's what the toxic people do. But from far you see like she's so perfect, she's like putting tons of makeup and they look like so amazing, there are people around them, they're like surrounding, they're like wow. But this same person inside the home, they're the most abusive and always fighting, always picking up a fight, they always find a solution they always find a problem for each solution, particularly this kind of people. It can be a dude as well, they can be nagging and everything, but in general, guys are very much different than women in a way that they need clarity. They are very simple, and if it's yes, it's a yes, it's a no, it's a no. But guys are not about maybes. As far as I know, normal guys, they want clarity. I want clarity, right? If I am in a group, I need to know what's my role in the group or how they treat me. And if I'm not sure, if I'm respected there or not, I'll not stick. But many years, I know a lot of these married couples, like the guys, they tolerate so much insult, they tolerate so much abuse and then mental trauma. They always have to face like, you are not good enough, you are just a loser and you are something I just have to tolerate. In general, like guys, they are not doing anything that much wrong. They're earning, they're working, they're taking care of the children. Just for those children, the guys don't walk away. This is one example. Another example is some of the guys, they are too caring for abusive partner. Like even if you're a girl, let's say, you care too much for a guy, no matter how much he abuses you, you don't leave because you don't understand or you don't want to imagine your world without them, right? This happens with good-hearted, pure people. And it's not just because when you're young only. Even if you are old, a lot of people are still pure. No matter how much hardship they went through, no matter how much abuse they went through, they didn't change. They just remained as a, victim who was hurt. But they always have kindness still. If real love struck them or they meet good people, they still can be very kind. That is a quality. That is top-notch human quality, right? Some of you say like, hey, this guy or this girl is taking abuse and still staying. They are so needy. They are pathetic. They are losers. I don't think so. I really admire people who do not really change or become evil, even after abuse. Okay, some of you, yes, you'll go through trauma and then you'll change and you'll become more secure and you'll be trusting less. That is absolutely fine, because the trauma does that to you. But in world, imagine like, as I was saying, the neighbors say, hey, the wife or the husband is so good. They're tolerating bad behavior. They're tolerating the insult. Sometimes they hit you and they're okay with it. Such a nice person, No, these are not nice persons. This is not, I feel, in reality, what do you think? Do you think it's a good trait? No, man, that is sad. Okay. Another one, good people. Who are good people? Let's say you're in the corporate world, you're working, and you are one person who is helping everybody in the office. You are a nice person. You arrange all the parties, all the, picnics, one dish, all these sweet things. And these are, you do something you're doing outside your schedule or schedule. You are doing extra load of work to cover your friend or colleague who never do anything in return. Okay. And whole office knows that this is the sweetest person that they can count on. Even other people, they can come to you, even if they're the bad ones, but they come to you for comfort. They come to you for sharing stuff. So, those people, big-hearted people, just give, they don't receive anything in return. Nobody gives them like a gift, nobody gives them like, hey, you would like to have a coffee with me, let's go out. Nobody asks out these nice people. Do you know why? Because they know like this person is already available. These are not toxic. They are not the people who are interested in evil. People chase mysterious people, like women. I do not know how, but they actually like toxicity over guys. I just watched a few videos. Like one girl literally said, what's off-putting? Guys who are approaching you with so much love, they are too good to be true, or they're too caring. And I was like, am I hearing this right? You know, I'll tell you, I'm 44, but I also understand, like normal and abnormal, I can distinguish, right? So when girls say, a caring guy is scary, or they say like they want commitment, or they are just too serious, they're too loyal, it scares them. I do not know what I would think, WTF, dude, what? Personally, I'll tell you, I'll share with you what I think. I would love to think someone would care for me, someone would be totally mine. Nowadays that's a bad trait as well. How come you said that? You was talking about women's freedom and everything. In current world, it's a normal thing that everybody will have their own set of friends, their secrecy, their privacy, and then the partners will hardly know each other. They'll just have children and then act like so diplomatic, and then they'll have fights, and they have to have these arrangements where they have no rights. You may say like your husband shouldn't see your wife's phone, wife shouldn't see husband's phone, but wives usually ask like, who are you talking to, and then show me your phone. But guys say that it's an abusive relationship, right? Even if they're cheating, if they're caught, why did you catch her? Why did you chase her? Why did you catch her? Why did you put her in that embarrassing position? This is the world. So if you get caught, what you do, I notice other videos, they start acting like a victim. It was all your fault, you didn't see me. If you're just better, I would not leave you. If you're smarter, if you didn't argue or something, I would never leave your side. I heard that in my real life, okay? And I was thinking, like, at first I was very guilty. I'm like, maybe something is my fault, like I was not a good person. Of course everybody has deficiency, but imagine the person that you thought your best friend and the support system, they turn the tables and tell you, from hot to cold, they just tell you, these are the things I didn't like about you, that's why I left, and you deserved it, right? And imagine they don't even say anything. They just say, like, after so many years, that you caught me cheating, this is why I cheated, right? Absolutely no shame. So this is the world, like, people, these are the good people, they are the victims nowadays, who are the ones, they do all these evil deeds, and they are the good people. Apparently they are taking years of emotional stress, trauma, but in reality they were cheating, they were bored. Let me give you an example. One of my family members, she has a 10-year-old child, and she forcefully went for a divorce. Okay, forced everybody. She told her husband is not interested, he's not giving enough time in the family. And I'm talking about my family, okay? I'm not giving outside examples, okay? Everybody has a right, to choose who they want to live with or whatnot. But let me tell you what is the messed up part, okay? Divorce is fine if you don't like someone, if you're not feeling like the bonding. It's not your duty to stay there, forever just for a child or something, sacrifice your life. No, everybody has a right to live their life, their dream, their goal, whatever they feel they're happy with. Everybody has a right to happiness. But imagine what happens in normal people's lives. I understand. People, when they split, if they're good-hearted people, they have their sentiments for each other. As a couple, you have to have something, obviously you share a lot of bonding, emotions, memories. But imagine someone get divorced and immediately start dating, and then immediately they get married, okay? Or they just trying to get married so desperately. What it tells me is that, either of this case, maybe they were really unhappy, they were not really having any chemistry with their partner, and other option is maybe they're already cheating on their spouse or their partner for a long time, and they just made some excuse up just to split it, make it look like they're bad. Usually this happens. You have to justify why do you need a divorce. If you can show that they're cheating, they're not giving you physical, this need, or the court will be like, oh, no, it's not right. Women especially will win, and they'll get their dowry money, they'll get this divorce settlement and child support, everything. But guys will end up nothing. Guys will either just get the freedom and be, oh, thank God, or they just can like rue the moment, like, whatever I had, family, everything is gone, and that's, they'll be in a shock. So normally good people, they take a very big, shock, and they take a very big impact. It, like, something goes in their head, like, there's a big emptiness, like, what happened? I'm so used to this family thing, my partner, and then suddenly it's like no longer there. And then you start seeing that they go through this depression, this stage where they cry, they break down, and they have mental sadness. On the other hand, the other partner is just so happy. My family member, she started dating, going out crazy, leaving the daughter here and there, all the time, and then she's just happy, and she's just so desperate trying to get married to this old guy, which is much older, looks like an uncle, horrible, like fat big guy. And I was like, what the f, dude? Oh, someone's playing football. I thought there's like some noise. Okay. So I saw that, and the guy is actually like, trying to be normal. Sometimes I see his face. He's like smiling, but his eyes are sad. But the girl from my family, she is just trying her best to get married. She just came out of one marriage and she's trying to get into another. So this is a trait that many people think the grass is greener out there. I'll tell you one thing. Just don't think of it as a guy or girl argument. Think of it with your plain brain. Like, you are tired of, let's say, your so-called marriage and commitment. I am this kind of person. When I got divorced like so many years back, like 10 years back or so, I was in a wrong sort of relationship, and that person was not clicking with me. Obviously I had faults as well, but I wanted to take a long time, because I just wanted to feel the freedom, and then just wanted to appreciate the single life for a while, and just wanted to like reconciliate myself, like whatever the trauma I went through or something. I need time to be over that. Okay, so I wanted to be over my ex, right? But even my last relationship, I wanted to just be over, just want to move on slowly, and then focus in my work, make myself okay. So this is a healthy process. But unhealthy process for me is that immediately people jumping, and then they tell you like, you are just jealous. I'm not jealous, bro. I'm just telling you I'm concerned, because what will happen is, anything that is a quick fix, it will disappear quickly. You cannot expect bonding of love, this trust, loyalty, friendship, which happens within like a matter of days or months or weeks. It happens so fast. It's like so exciting, just run. It's like a temporary sugar rush, right? You do that. But what you do is, you do not understand in the long run. You cannot project like what's going to happen in down the line, like say a few months from now, let's say 1 year from now. You're thinking like, I'm going to marry this person. He's just so in love. He's so much better than my ex. He was annoying, got on my nerves. But that guy stayed with you for so many years, 2 decades or 10 years or marriage, whatever. And he provided for you. He was there, mental support. He took you to hospital. He was there, bought you stuff, flour, chocolates, year after year, day after day. And, in the family, it's not as flashy or as exciting when you get married. When you stay with someone, if you're not a good person, you'll always feel, I'm bored. A lot of these intelligent people, which are not good people, they feel we are bored. My husband is so boring, my wife is so boring, she doesn't put in effort. Even I'll tell you about guys, guys are not always so great. Some of the guys will be like, hey man, that girl at the office, she puts so much makeup, she's hot, she wears these tight dresses, her legs are nice, she got bigger things than my wife. My wife is like getting a little bit aged now. I notice this, and I'm not that sort of a person that get attracted, because I know, because grass is never greener on the other side. This is what my age told me and my experience told me. Everywhere, when you see something attractive, on the other side, there are a lot of things you don't see at first. When you leave someone for someone like more flashy, and you start seeing, maybe, I will not say every time, but many times, you will have to deal with their baggage too. And then when the challenge will come to face, take responsibility or real talk or real life, and you will not really see a lot of things, they are actually better than your previous relationship. Then you start missing that person that you were with. And then you start thinking like, oh, maybe I'm full of regret, maybe this guy my ex was boring, my ex-husband was boring, my ex-wife was boring, but they did cook for me, they did talk to me, they did comfort me when I was not well. So these years of the number of years, the days that you spend together, it has a huge impact. Sometimes these people, when they move out so fast, they don't say it. One day it hits them, and they start missing their ex, and they start appreciating. Unless you go through a bad relationship, you cannot appreciate a good one. Okay, only when you see bad or worse, then you appreciate what's better, right? So good people move away quietly. Sometimes they hurt, they scream, they start to fight, battle for you, but they will have a place for you in their heart. Even if you split, if you fought, he said he left you, but he will not give up. Or she will not give up that person from their mind so much with, like fast, like immediately erase, like hit erase, and then that's it, forever gone. It doesn't happen. Normal people, normal good people, they will have a heart. They will be sad, natural process. They'll go through the grief, and also they will start thinking like, what did I do? They will take some time to, like you need to like take a break and sit back. Some people cannot be at home. They always are out, man. They're trying to forget, party. I told you this before. They try so hard to stay forgetful, and they're like, immediately, I'm happy, I'm good. But they're not, because time will show them you move too fast. And too fast of anything is not good. Success, people get their success in the head so much, they mess it up. I've seen so many people who are successful, rich, but they lost it all because they're indisciplined. The success got to them, or the happiness gets to them. So good people, I feel, are a lot of these souls here and there. They're lost here and there, and they're hurt, they're bruised. They don't want to ever be in a relationship again, because they feel it will take them a lifetime sometimes to get over a person. That shows the depth of relationship. That shows how much they loved, because it's two people. Maybe one person did say they love. At first they said, they claimed, but actually the other person was in love. Maybe they were not a love person, but they changed themselves. They turned themselves into something. They became a support system for the other person. When the other person saw them, at first, like they're hard to get, or they're a bit interesting or mysterious, they were running after them, they're chasing. And even if they were toxic, they were chasing. But moment they became good people and they want to settle down, they became boring. Sadly, this is the reality with a lot of people nowadays. Okay, a lot of people, they are like this. And they do not know how to love. They do not know what love is. They cannot feel. To them, it's about supply. It's about the emotional emotional like support system. For them, what I get out of it, do I get their support? I can ask for everything, but it's one-way gate. I can ask for love. I can ask for absolute loyalty, but they cannot ask for this from me. That's not love. That is absolute selfish bullcrap. Okay, so a lot of these so-called good people in the society, when you see they look innocent, be very careful. A person is too good to be true, too innocent to be true in today's world, and they don't curse, they don't do anything. Highly likely, have a little bit of a red flag in your head, and then give them time. Time will tell. If let's say you're moving to a relationship or friendship or a circle, whatever, time will tell you what these people are really like. You see, you match their word and their actions, they will obviously show you. It is impossible that a person is evil but you never get to tell, or in the work they'll never show. They will betray. You share something with them and you trust them in your sensitive moment, and they'll go tell this to someone else, that they'll make fun of you, and you see this news all over the market, that, oh, this guy has this issue, he's a loser. So you'll know where it came from. I have faced many people like this, who are really liked, cared for, trusted, consider them as my close circle. But nowadays, I give value to people when they are real. They are not super sweet or sweet talk or flirt. I can tell who are too smart, because I am also corrupted in my head, going through relationships, with very not pleasant people. So it taught me a lot of things. I am traumatized. I became evil. I became always alerted in my head that even if, let's say, a sweet person comes around, it scares me. Maybe if they want to date me, if I told you I talked to someone and I am not in a relationship, I'm not in that frame of mind that I'm over someone or something. I share, and I know that if they're going to ask me out or something serious, I will say, it's not possible for me, because I am too damaged, I am too in trauma, right? So at least I'm honest that I don't want to hurt. I cannot pretend that, I care for you the same way that you do, right? So if I cannot, I will warn them. I will not let them be that close to me. That is not my loyalty to anybody, but that is a loyalty or something I feel a decent human being should do. Okay, if someone doesn't see you quiet, like they don't know what's happening in your head, right? And they think you're a good person, that you talk nicely, like I get messages like, you are a good person, you are a motivational person in my life, I follow your advices. But I do tell them also, like, no matter what you do what you have to do. Don't follow me, because my story is different from yours, right? Sometimes when I say something, it may not be the best solution for you, because maybe your person or your partner is not the same as my ex-partner. Okay, so different situation demands different things. Do not ruin a good thing by assuming everybody is bad, right? But yes, at the same time, you cannot be naive, right? So I was talking about this good people. Who are the good people? There are hardly any left that you see on social media. There's nobody good in social media. Everybody's attention seeker, everybody's selfish, narcissistic. And I'll tell you, the worst thing that I really feel, I'll tell you raw. And I don't know if you'll agree with me or not, but nowadays I don't think it's possible to have a relationship with the opposite gender. I'm not saying go for the same gender. If you are, you can, most welcome, but you'll not have children and stuff, right? You can add up, yeah, but normal relationship between men and women, I don't think it's possible anymore. And I'm saying this with a lot of deep sadness. Maybe it's still possible, but the type of relationship that we saw in our 80s, 90s growing up, they will have a father, they'll have a mother, they will have a foundation of a family. The father will provide, and then the mother will raise the children. She will have home cooked food, and then they'll go out with family holidays and everything. Sweet, simple times, not much of technology with Facebook, networking, social network. That time there was not much of this like how to say affairs, flings, and antitrust, or nobody trust each other. Nowadays, if you don't see, the husband is having an affair, wife is having an affair, even the children is having an affair. If you don't see it, you'll suspect something is wrong with their family. Like, that's not normal. It's funny, right? But you think like it's a messed up thing to think like that family which is not so perfect is looking more normal than the family that looks okay. They are intact. They have normal home cooked food, and there's no fighting in the house. That looks unusual, that looks minority, right? So this is what's wrong. Why I really feel at this current moment in this world, men and women both are very difficult to work with. Men became, forget about narcissism, men became so full of themselves, they go to gym, they become this alpha male, and maybe they had a bad relationship, so they think that all the women are bad, like they are, treat them like trash. The other side, women are thinking all men are like this, animals, and they are not supposed to be loved. Even if they're sweet, always treat them like bad. So they always have this ego issue, like who's better than the other. They always poke each other, insult each other. A nice little relationship cannot form with this, disrespect, having too many friends, options open, and you cannot tell them anything. If you say something, then you're insensitive, or you're unfair, or you're, I don't know what is chauvinist, right? So you have issues, right? You cannot tell them like, do not go out late at night, do not turn off your phone, switch off your phone, or please don't have guys who come and hug you, and then your exes, don't talk to your exes. Demanding these things make you a bad person. Nowadays, this is the problem. So I say, rather, if you are not happy in a relationship, don't immediately jump into the next one thinking that's going to be better. I'll tell you as a friend, like not as a male, or male to male, or male to female. You will jump from one acid pool to another one, because your importance, you have to understand what's bothering you, because you're going to find happiness and peace inside, right? If you're seeking that, first find the peace and happiness within yourself. Can you be okay with yourself? Very important. Are you happy with yourself? Can you stay at home absolutely doing nothing? Just don't put any makeup as a girl, or put so much hairdo, all this work. Just sit in your pajamas, watch a movie, eat, gain some weight. I love people who are not perfect, who are not the 10 body. Some of them, they are a little bit chubby, some a little bit overweight. They're cute. We cute. But people cannot be perfect all the time, especially when you age. A lot of your features will go away. You'll see wrinkles here. But if you're in love with a person, man, their personality, man, these little things will become perfection. You'll find that little bit chubbiness is cute, right? You will not tell like, hey, why don't you have a gym body, yoga pants body? You'll say, hey, you look hot. You will not have your eyes on anyone else. That's love, man. If you don't have that, forget about it. Stay single. If you're not, like, let's say for me, I don't think I'm a relationship person no more, because I became damaged, okay? And I'm trying to improve, but I know the damage has been done. Sometimes, some things have like a corruption. Let's say I had a stroke and it affects your brain. You can never be normal again unless miracle happens, right? So if you're not a good person, let's say if you're not like outside corruption, and you think that you deserve a good person, it's not fair, okay? Because that karma, it will not only destroy other people's life, it will come and bite you, and you have more unhappiness. If the least you can do, you cannot give happiness to anybody, stay by yourself, and don't give hope, and always stay strict, okay? We can be friends, no problem, but I will not let you in my personal life. I will neither also go in your life and mess it up, okay? Because two people together is a lot of work because they are different people. One is the guys who are messy, who leave their toothbrush out there, or don't fold their clothes or put the shoes. Not everybody is organized. On the other side, women are very particular. Do not, put your feet on my pillow, or don't fart in the room. Is that, of course, normal? But women have a lot of these things. Don't pee outside the bowl, or don't do this thing in the shower, or don't do like those things that guys do, women find annoying. So you have to adjust to those, and slowly you'll start seeing, no matter how hot a girl is, or as a good guy, you see that they are becoming like mental terrorists slowly, bit by bit, and you cannot actually feel anything happiness. You're just like, okay, okay, sure, she's like that, and she says something mean. Don't touch me. Don't do this. Who That's worse than a slap, trust me. And they hurt. Women can hurt you in the places you cannot figure. You think like you're a big guy, bodybuilder, man. They will say you are worse than your father, okay, or you're just like your father. They'll say these things and they will have a deep wound, okay? So don't underestimate women, okay? Don't hurt them in a way. If you really don't like them, slowly walk away with respect, and then just save yourself. And women, if you feel guys are too dumb, annoying, whatever, and you are keeping 3-4 guys in your wallet or in your purse because you can, because ladies, it's easy. You can ask a guy out, they will never say no. Most of the guys will be like, women ask me out? Really? That's like once I'm going to marry her next day, It's a joke, but obviously like sensible guys do into it. But mostly guys are looking for love. I see it. Guys are like children, man. They're looking for love everywhere. I see on social network. Imagine a girl post, I am 40, looking for this. On the comment section, 4,000 comments. A guy says, I'm single, I have a job, but I am 40. 3 comments. 3 comments are from dudes. You see, reality is reality, man. In cheapness, I would say women have so much more demand in the market than men, value-wise. If there is a fire in the building, everybody would be saved. Women, children, dogs. Last would be men, and sometimes they don't make it out. Okay, so these good men who are left out in the end, man. And again, also good women who are supposedly boring for guys, and they are just not as hot, Guys, girls, whoever you are, if you're a good person, think for long term, because long term, the body, the whole bad boy image, this tough guy, mysterious guy, these will not do. What will do is a guy who sticks around, a girl who stays back no matter how imperfect you are. You work it out, and let's say you're frustrated, she'll find a way to take you out of certain bad place and take you so much higher. And then guy, if he cares for her, and she was in the bad times, he will not forget. He will be with her when he is successful, he is here, and he will treat her like a queen. That's love. If anything less than that 1%, man, it's not worth it. Okay, so that's today's talk. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I get sometimes emotional to these videos. Sounds like I'm just taking out my anguish. No, I'm learning these things. The whole point of this thing is not to come out as a worse person. Train yourself to be a better person and not destroy yourself, because you have the potential to become something. Don't ruin that for someone, any person, because you felt your life is now useless. People are created by God. You are created by God. Maybe your ex was something special, so are you, right? You can both move on without hurting each other, moving on and do your things. That's what the world demands. That's what people want to see, your growth, not toxicity, and not treating other people worse because you have been hurt. Learn to be more careful. At the same time, still be nice. Okay, still be a good person. That's a real good person. Don't be the criminal. Okay, that is never going to be justified anywhere. You'll feel regret all the time. Okay, have a nice day. See you soon, and take care. Bye bye.